Hey, what's up, y'all? It is your boy Don Juan, and I am back for another Unapologetically review. Hello to everybody. First of all, I again want to say thank you all so much for all of the love. When I tell you, like I said in the last video, it has been pretty crazy over the last few weeks and months, but your comments, I've seen a lot of people. I went to the Xscape show. And I was able to see a lot of people, and all of those things have definitely been very uplifting to my spirit. When I tell you, y'all comments on here, y'all comments on Twitter, y'all going to the website, y'all have shown so much love. I extended the code, like the code for Nope. You can actually get this in a secret. We're going to be dropping some Nope t-shirts. We already got the priority. Don't make somebody a priority. That makes you an option shirt. Nope. That is available right now. And we're going to be dropping some more t-shirts. But thank y'all so much. When I tell y'all really kind of help push me and keep me going. So I'm back here for episode 5 of Queens of R&B, SWV, and Xscape. With this episode, we are getting to the point where we're trying to figure out what is happening. You get to see Coco, Lily, and Taj sit down with each other, and they're having a conversation. And it's very interesting when they're sitting down and having a conversation. Taj is finally telling them like that Tamika Scott, I guess, had some things to say where she felt like Tamika was saying that they were not relevant. And I think this whole argument has went on for most of the show. And I don't think a relevancy thing is thinking about that. I think it's a, ticket sales and popularity thing. And I think that's where the distinction comes up. And so they start having these conversations about that part. And, SWV has their insight on that and how they feel about it. So that's very interesting to see, like, this is how they feel when they do the flashback to Tamika having a comment. Tamika do some capping, though. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of funny. She make a little comment talking about, no, they don't share no dressing room because Tiny got to have a piano. That's a damn lie. Tiny don't got to have no piano in there. So that is funny to me. We go on. We actually see Tasha and Tamika sit down to have a conversation. Tasha is in there recording her gospel project. She's having a conversation because they want to sit down and figure out how to put their sisterhood back to where it is. And how to get to a good place. Tamika said she apologized to her mother for raising her voice. She, apologized, and they seem to bury that hatchet about the 30,000 on, and that hopefully is allowing them to be able to move on. You see Coco, when Coco and all of them are with Steven, they are trying to put together the set list. And Coco, like, Steven, as they do, why is Steven there in graphics? So Steven also runs like the Pro Tools for the shows, which means like if there are any musical tracks that are not just like instrumental, any of that. And plus, like, he creates graphic stuff. So knowing the sound list and knowing the song list is definitely very helpful. Steven worked with Xscape, but Steven was going to be doing this show. And with this show, everybody has certain people they have. They have their own DJ if they're going to put it together. There are other people that are bringing in, like a musical director, which is on the SWV side. So Steven was on the Xscape side. So I thought it was interesting when she like, I don't even know why Steven is there. It's quite funny. Honestly, her confessionals are really funny. I don't know if it's just me, but I think Coco's confessionals are really funny. And so I think it's really, where you're getting to see a lot more of her and Candy and Steven are sitting there, talking about the set list, and they're talking about what should go last. So I think at this point, SWV and Xscape have decided that SWV is going to start the show. They feel like they should start the show. And then they get to the point of the last song, and they're trying to figure out that, and SWV says that should be weak. I think that it probably should be a combination song, a song that they all can come together on, and kind of that denotes any of that. But, I think it kind of Candy and Coco, I guess Candy's laughing, but Coco like, girl, nah, you trying to put this, this understanding letter. And I don't think it's a question as it relates to Weak is a very big record. Nobody questions that Weak is a very big record. Nobody questions any of that. A few things, other things that nobody questions. Watching this episode, I don't think anybody questions SWV has sold more records than Xscape. That has never been the question. I think even when I've made the commentary, I question this inflated number of 25 and 30 million copies that people are saying. They put up on the board the current US sales of the albums, and they're only like a million a piece difference. So SWV did sell more. I'm not taking that away. Let me make sure, because y'all be coming for me. I don't know why y'all be all up in the comments. You said they didn't sell 30 million. I'm like, calm it down. I'm saying there is nothing that substantiates that claim. I'm saying even here, they put it up. In the United States, there are a million sales and difference as it relates to album sales. That's not counting singles. With the singles, Week, I think, has sold 3 million. Just Kicking It has sold 2 million. So there are literally in the United States about 2 million that separates them. Nobody takes that away from SWV. I want to make sure that is very known. I am not taking away their accomplishments. I can probably sing every SWV song ever created. I can take their way. I'm just saying certain things have to substantiate. Let me just make sure that that part is what I'm saying. People are like, no, you're not counting their streams. The album sales and the current album sales that they're posting are counting streams. FYI. Your streams, it's not per one every stream equals, it's like per every 150 streams equal or 1,500, like it's a calculation. I don't remember the exact one. I want to say per 150 streams. And then when it comes to an album, per 1,500 or something equals one sale. It's like something like that. But that's just where they get that calculation from. It's not my world to live in. I'm just educating people who do not know. So when people see 30 million streams, you have to divide that by like 150 or 1,500 or something to get what they count as like towards sales, if that makes sense. So I think that's very interesting. And I know people came at me when I was saying that, but Coco them don't have no problem being like, with y'all 7 million records, and nobody thinks that that is crazy. Nobody thinks that that's bad. I don't think that's bad if that's what she wants to say. I'm just saying, I think that we should know just what factual part of it is. So anyway, I got off on a tangent talking about, the album part where they're not that different. As it relates to that, Week is a big record. Nobody questions that. But I think the whole dynamic of when they're like, oh, like they sold. So if we're saying Xscape sold, if just giving a number, if they're saying, 5 million, 4 million here, they sold 5 million, then are we going to go on record and say, well, then they might have sold, if SWV sold 30 million, they might have sold 27 million. I don't know. Like, how do we calculate that? I don't really know. But again, I think the ladies are trying to come together. They're trying to figure out, everybody's working on their task. They're working on the set, the sound, they're working on what it should look like as far as the set. They're working on the song list, but they're not getting too far. Absolutely. They're getting together to work on the look. They have Corey Boy who does a lot of adult stripper outfits, but he can pull together some great looks. I thought it was hilarious when Lily was like, they looking like Apollonia. That was hilarious when she was talking about the outfit for that. I thought it's great that Lily's working on her book that is outside of music, because you got to have multiple streams of that, and her erotica book. I think that is amazing. I think it's great that Coco's son has decided to go back to school, with some pressure, I think, but I think it's good that he decided that he wanted to go back to school, at least for this next year, and try to figure that out. When they get to this meeting has some tension, and the meeting, you can tell, has tension based off of things that were said previously, such as like Tamika's conversation with Taj, and then once they took it back, and then the question as it relates to headline and previous. So I think everybody is coming into this meeting with a little tension, or a little on guard. Everybody's a little bit more on guard, to be honest. SWV has come in, and they feel like they're being sunned. Xscape feel like, well, we're being sunned, but we feel like we have a popularity too. So everybody's kind of fighting for their own moment as it relates to that. In the meeting, they start talking about that the clothes. I mean, they're talking about the clothes and they're sizing them, but they didn't have any clothes there at that moment. At that moment. But they're also talking about the show and ending it in the one song, and it becomes a very much a conversation. Tiny's confessional is hilarious to me. Tiny They show, you know, Xscape, the show BT thing, and, you know, they're showing like Xscape on this big stage, and then they flash to, she's like, you know, we not Michael Jackson or J-Lo, but we got a stage, we got a presence, you know, and it's a different show. We don't be wearing flats. Like, it's kind of fun shade, but she's kind of throwing shade, and then they flash the SWV on their stage and with their outfits on, and that's just their look. If that's not I don't think that's a bad thing. We're trying to make something a bad thing. I just think it's kind of funny when they kind of do the flashes. The editors be kind of funny. So I thought it was very interesting for them to have that. And Tiny was just speaking her truth. First, she had said it won't be no show if, you know, they can't figure out that with the song prior to getting there. And so when they get in there, she has her moment where she like, this is what we feel. We just want to do the show, but we got to come together. Coco is like, this shit is getting on her nerves. And she ready to go off. And Lily has a moment where she like, I ain't gonna be son for no horses. And everybody like, the horses, that's when Tamika Scott moment come in. I thought that was quite hilarious that Tamika had made that reference. Talk about a horse. So yeah, I thought it was very tense. You know, y'all probably are roasting already. I haven't looked online, Xscape for what they feel. But you know, I think they're just saying the production value of each show is different. And that's just their feelings. You can go back and look at the production of shows if you would like to have that commentary, and you can do that. Then we get to a meeting that Xscape has. I had kind of teased this information a few weeks ago when I said it was going to be a bomb dropping pretty soon. And when they get to this meeting, they're coming together. Tamika and Tasha are not really speaking at this moment. The other ladies are coming in there, and Tamika is calling this meeting because Tamika has gotten some receipts, and it looks like it is some more accusations of money that is the ladies of Xscape are dealing with. A promoter, just for clarity purpose, provided the information that said, you know, he was already booking the ladies. You know, I know the promoter. A few other people know the promoter. He's been booking the ladies for, you know, the last year and something. And you know, the ladies had up until recently had management. Management was supposed to handle all of those, you know, and everybody's respective separate person, be it myself or whoever. Not saying we weren't around, but we let the managers handle that part so that it felt very even and clear and there was no questions. Well, we were able to be made aware, and Tamika is bringing that to light, where the promoter is like, well, you know, actually he jumped in and he wasn't on the management team. He wasn't a manager. And I end up having to pay him this money to get the ladies of Xscape. Hold 1 second, y'all. I'm cooking, so stuff went off. So what I'm saying is he basically said, hey, y'all, I end up paying Rocky this money for all of you because he said, I'll make sure I get all 4 of y'all to do these shows. And so he was getting what they call a kickback. Meaning the promoter like, yeah, I'll book them. And he like, yeah, I'll make sure make it happen. And I'll do it. And then you throw me some on the top. Now, I think the thing is, some people may be like, well, was he supposed to? Did he book it? And he didn't book the shows. So this was side money that was secretly given to him is what they're saying. And they start showing text messages and all. And then we go to be continued. I told y'all that it was going to be more. I told y'all it was going to be more. I told y'all. So we got to go to episode 6, which is the series finale of the Queens of R&B. And we're getting to Ontario. I think I may make an appearance in episode 6. And it's a lot to get to the finish line. And you guys have to keep watching to see what happens and see how this unfolds also, because it gets crazy. Y'all, I am so happy again that y'all are supporting this channel. I saw DJ Richie Sky recently. Super great guy. He told me about changing my name. Y'all were telling me that. I don't know which video he said that in. I would go back and watch it. I'm going to figure out with changing the YouTube name. But thank y'all so much for supporting me. Thank y'all for telling me to keep pushing and doing these videos. And as usual, you know, go get you a Nope hoodie or a Nope shirt. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell somebody about it. And thank y'all again. Comment, you know, below. All of those things. And thank y'all again. Y'all hear the stove going off? The stove is going off because I was trying to cook me something to eat. But thank y'all again, and keep watching unapologetically.